are you?
Hey, good. How are you? Thanks for talking.
Doing great. To start this movie, obviously, it's coming from a source that a show that already kind of existed in a world that people do know. And so for you, what was the joy of kind of, adapting that to a new kind of character and medium and getting to make it your own with these new characters?
It was really fun. Obviously, yeah, the movie is based on a film that was on BBC back in the early 90s that Richard wrote. And it was kind of one of the first things that he ever wrote before Four Weddings and a Funeral, before Notting Hill, before Love Actually and Bridget Jones, and all the movies that, we love of his. And, he wanted to revisit it. I thought it was a really exciting opportunity to give it a sort of fresh spin and to see, okay, obviously, 30 years almost have passed since that original film. Obviously on one level, just with production value and stuff like that, as a modern, studio feature film, how can we tell this really sweet and simple story and kick things up a notch on that level? But also with, the casting and everything, just to try to bring it into 2023 and make it into a kind of new holiday classic. But also at the end of the day, to be totally honest, that was something that I was very aware of and respectful of the original, but also something that I didn't think about a lot, because I think the same way, if you're an actor and you're doing a play, you're probably not watching, recordings of other actors playing the same character. At a certain point, I kind of just wanted to take the ball and run with it. And so, yeah, so it was about, again, a sort of, an awareness and a respect for the original, but an excitement to kind of, carry it into the present.
And getting to dive into, the Christmas genre, which feels weird to call Christmas a genre, but it really is with the holiday season, because not only is it now the time where all these movies are coming out, but it does have that kind of stamp that you know the feeling of a Christmas movie the minute it starts. What for you as a director was kind of the fun of getting to dive into that? Because especially a New York Christmas movie, because they are so unique. Normally I'm live in New York. It's where I am, and you could tell that this was actually like filmed there, because there's a difference between a fake New York and a real one, because
Yeah.
you can see it in the landmarks and like where the subway stations are and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think, New York was a huge part of it for us from the beginning. But, definitely I was really excited to make a Christmas movie. I love Christmas movies. I think everyone has their favorites that they watch every year. And, again, like you said, you go back to them over and over because of the reliability of the feeling they give you, and the sort of, by the time we're all getting to the end of the year, you just kind of want that cozy feeling, and the movies are kind of a perfect shortcut to that, and a great thing that people can watch with friends and family and loved ones. And I think Christmas in New York was, to me, the ultimate, when I think about everything from Home Alone 2 to like old New Yorker illustrations, where you get, again, that kind of perfect cozy feeling. I was really interested in trying to tell the story in New York, and like you said, really capitalize on being able to be in the city and out in the streets, and shooting landmarks, and all this, going, okay, well, we can, we have this Santa's Grotto scene that can be in a department store, that could be in Burbank or Vancouver, with no windows, or we can be crazy and build that outside the plaza across from across from Central Park, and all of a sudden I have, like, I'm shooting a pony on 59th and 5th, or 57th and 5th, or whatever. But it was really fun to take advantage of that, and I'm happy that when you saw it, you knew it wasn't shot in Canada. Nothing against that, but you just see, or Atlanta or whatever, you see so many things that that don't have the opportunity. It's very lucky to have the opportunity to shoot in the city itself.
Yeah, and thank you so much. It was such a great, return to a Richard Curtis Christmas movie, and I did love that it was set in New York. It was great to see I think it was 72nd. I was like, that's a 72nd subway
Yeah,
station.
that subway stop. Yeah,
No, it's a 72nd subway station. So thank you so much
definitely.
for being with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Awesome. Have a great